Welcome back to Tim Blake Art, or welcome to Tim Blake Art if it's your first time. Tis the season, it's fall, and I decided that I wanted to do a little fall foliage art. I actually enjoy drawing leaves. I have a lot of trees at my house, and so I like to go out there and get different leaves and things like that and just paint them. I have a little flip book actually that I made last year, the year before, where I would go out every morning, grab a leaf, and draw it using whatever. It might be pencil, colored pencil, marker, watercolor. I did do a couple actual paintings, watercolor paintings from those morning sketches, and it's fun and I just enjoy doing it. So I've been thinking about for a while doing like a little 4x6, I believe, canvas series. And yeah, so this is the first one, so we'll see how it goes. So today I'm using Liquitex soft body acrylics. I bought this little mini set of the primaries of your standard colors, and I know you can't see them all. Let's see. So you have ivory black, transparent mixing white, ultramarine blue, it's a red shade, hooker's green hue, permanent, yellow medium azo, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, and I don't know, crimson red, but it's not crimson, it's that quinacetron, I don't know, I'm not sure how to say that, and I've actually heard people say it, but yeah, no. Anyway, so I did a little, like, quick little sketch. Actually, I made a video of this, like a little clip for Instagram and TikTok, I believe. And this was the leaf. And overnight, it's kind of curled up, which gave it some cool shape. I don't know if you could see it. But, yeah, and like then we have this little one. I found these little leaves really cool. There you go. But yeah, so we're gonna do one of these. I'm gonna do this one. Really what I'm just gonna do is use it as a reference to just kind of make my own leaf, so to speak. So that's the goal here. There we go. Sorry I had to adjust the focus because I kept seeing it auto adjust, and I think it will be locked now, so we won't have that. I was like, it would make someone feel a little woozy or something, I'm sure. All right, so I'm gonna lay down my base. I can't decide if I want to try this. It's a open slow drying acrylic by Golden. And I forgot I had this, and I just love this color. It's a burgundy, and I just think it's a really good base for this. And it's called open because it actually stays, it's a slow drying, it stays wet. So you can work with it and mix it with other colors really well. And it just gives you that longer working time. And I've never used it, to be honest. This is just like a little sample size, I believe. I got it in a box, in a assortment of Golden products that they sell actually at Michael's, and I definitely recommend getting it. But it's such a good color though. The soft body acrylics, I've used them a few times. They're really great to mix with other paints. They're, like they say, soft. So they definitely are not as, it's equally as pigmented, but it's just, they're like soft serve ice cream compared to a normal acrylic, or a heavy body acrylic, which I feel is more, it's it's gonna sound weird, but plasticky or like taffy. But I mean, taffy is more so if it's like dry, but yeah, so we're gonna see. Sometimes I like to wet my brush just to get a light little. Yeah, so I'm just gonna lay down my base just to get a base shape, and we'll go from there. I realize I'm using a different brush than I planned, but that's no biggie. Go in, add little details. I love using a bright brush or a flat square brush. It is just a habit, and I was actually going to use I forgot what it's called. It'll come to me in a minute. It's a more rounded but flat brush. Let's see. I have one right here. Filbert. That's what it's called. I'm doing this just to get that little, you know, edge kind of texture going, or contour. We went a little red on this side, didn't we? It's all right. Blurring some of that red in over here. And I just love a warm palette, so this is definitely one of my favorite times of the year to do drawings or paintings from nature, because I just love this palette. Don't get me wrong, I love the summer, but I do love a warm palette. I just love warm colors in general. I'm a big fan of yellow. There we go. It's a good little base. There we go. And I don't like to add too much water, because sometimes when you add water on these pre-gesso canvases, it really takes it some time to dry. And this is also my first time using the soft bodies alone. I've used them with other paints, but not just by themselves to begin with. And so it's kind of interesting, because that right there is also a reason why they are considered soft bodies. Is I feel like they're more thin. They're thinner than a normal acrylic. And I was actually, while I was laying this paint, I was thinking like, why does this look really watered down? And I didn't water it down. And it just dawned on me. I just go in and just straighten up those edges. And I just love how workable this paint is. It's really cool. Definitely a good source of inspiration is outside nature. And I love doing leaves because they're just so unique to each individual one. You'll never find the same one twice. You might find the same type of leaf, but not the same leaf. Kind of like people. Yeah, see, it's already dried some, so it's pretty good. See, and I just like to, look at all the veins in it. Oh. I don't know if you could see it. Typically, I feel like the camera doesn't have a focusing problem, but today it's being weird. All right, so with that down, I'm gonna switch brushes. This is just a mason jar with water. I love mason jars. Maybe a little too much. All right. Yeah, so this is the Filbert. It's a little larger, but it's nice because you can lay down a good bit of paint with it. And yeah, it just works well. Get this color out of this brush. I don't like leaving the brush sitting in the water. I realized I didn't have my little drying cloth here. So actually, I'm gonna pause. All right, so I'm back. I just like to, keep a rack here to keep my brush nice and clean and dry it off so it doesn't sit in the water, because it will ruin the handles if you do that, especially if you have too much water, because it soaks up and goes in. Well, more so on wooden brushes, but I just feel like it's not good. It damages the bristles, no matter if it's a expensive brush or a cheaper brush. Also, this is a habit. Any empty water bottles I have, I like to take it or keep them in my office or studio, whatever you want to call it. And I like to, once I clean the brush off, clean it off within the bottle with just a little bit of water, because it just makes sure that you get any leftover pigment out of the bristles. So that's kind of like a good way to not waste water, or the last little bit of water, that you leave in water bottles, if you do that. I do that sometimes, not all the time, but yes. All right, so now we're gonna go in and lay some heavier color and start building this up with our Filbert. This is a number 4 Filbert. I want to add some green to this because I want to see. Yeah, that's a pretty deep color. I'm wondering if this is too dark initially. Maybe not. We're gonna give it a shot. All right. So I believe I want to show that. Here we go. Yeah, I like this color. Yeah, we're gonna go in. Add our shadows. Use what we've laid as the base for our highlights. And we'll work in the darks. Yeah, I like how this looks. It's cool. As you can see, it gives it a big contrast, which is nice. I love how the white blends in with, like, how it has a transparent quality to it. I just love that because it's not too heavy. You don't get like a crazy, very, very bright white, like, highlight, or it just ruins the color. It actually adds like an addition, like how you kind of expect or want it to, I guess you could say. That's something that I love about this soft body acrylic white. Yeah, just mixing that in. And I kind of like using dry paint, like using the brush when it's dry. I just like the way that it moves and gives it kind of like a texture. But I will wet it occasionally just to kind of stretch it out, stretch out the colors. Show that highlight. So we can kind of lift it up because you want to start trying to help it. Well, I say help it, but give it that curve, how it's like curving around. And it takes time because you just have to layer it up and just kind of get it right, which I wasn't going to do too much of that because, well, I remembered how I seen it last night and it wasn't curled up yet. But, you know, overnight, dries out a little bit. Nature does its thing. Let's grab some more of this red. There we go. Add some more yellow to that white so we don't get too, because it's starting to get a little pink and I didn't want that. I'm going to keep it within the tone range that we're working in. Even right here. It kind of becomes tricky because from the perspective that I'm looking at it, this is actually curved up like this. Like there's a curve here. So I actually would need to bring this in and hide that. But we're kind of gonna not do that. Well, I'm not, but yeah, so I'm gonna take some water, put it on here and see how we can adjust this. Didn't really get much on the brush that time, did I? I'm just trying to go in and darken up certain areas. And sometimes you kind of, when you're working in different colors and all kinds of stuff, you kind of get like, whoa, I don't know how this looks. I don't know what it's going to look like. But that's kind of the fun part, to be honest. Because then it's part making art, part of making art. You're making it how you want it. You're making it what you see, your perspective. All right, go in and add some more green. Just bring the green in just a little bit just to darken it up. I feel like we're getting some flow. Wet the brush. I let it get a little too dry. Bringing in the green, help darken it up. Then what I'm wanting to do now is work in this green for the veins in the flower in the leaf. There's only a few that you can actually even see. I'm going to switch brushes because I can't really get detailed with this Filbert. It's a little too big. So it gives that a time to kind of settle a little bit. Sorry if that noise is really loud. Let's add some, oh no, that red, yellow is what I was needing to add. I love these tips too on the soft bodies. They have this little tip. It makes it so much easier to get the paint out. It's a lot less messy, and it's just nice. All right, yes, I think I would use this one. Now since I want to go in, I want to go in and lighten this up. Here we go. This is the color I'm looking for. All right. Go in and add this edge detail. There we go. And it slowly work this color throughout the entire leaf, kind of bringing the palette together, balancing it out. So I think turn it around. See what we got. Take some of this red down. Start laying in our details. Really brings it to life when you start adding in all your details. And like I said, it's just about using your leaf or whatever you choose to use, just in general, as a tool to understand the different characteristics that it has. So then you can either recreate it from what you see or recreate it what you vision, but still be fundamentally along the same line. So if someone wasn't sitting here watching this video, they knew what it was. Unless that's not the point, of course. I've drawn stuff and people not know what it is at all, so. All right, so as we're finishing up the final little details, I wanted to say thank you for following along, and I hope you enjoyed the video as well. Also, if you liked it, if you please hit the little thumbs up, it means a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe button. If you would like a notification, tap the bell. If not, make sure it's tapped off. It'll have a little line through it. But here we go. It's all done. Thank you, and have a good day. Bye.